Jae-sung stepped off the private jet onto the sun-baked tarmac of Jomo Kenyatta International Airport in Nairobi. The dry heat immediately enveloped him, a stark contrast to the crisp, often chilly air of Seoul. As CEO of the formidable Black Tiger Syndicate, a man whose name echoed with both dread and unwavering loyalty within the shadowy corridors of the global underworld, Jae-sung was accustomed to orchestrating complex, high-stakes operations. But this journey was different. This wasn't about hostile takeovers, geopolitical maneuvers, or silencing rivals. It was a deeply personal quest, a pilgrimage in pursuit of a long-held, almost fantastical dream. Since his youth, amidst the relentless demands of building his empire, he had harbored a singular vision: to marry an African woman. He envisioned a love that transcended the calculated risks and cold steel of his daily existence, a connection rooted in a vibrant spirit and a profound sense of beauty he believed unique to the continent. His first stop, after a swift transfer, was a secluded, ultra-luxury tented camp nestled deep within the Masai Mara National Reserve. Days unfolded in a mesmerizing rhythm of exhilarating safaris. From the plush comfort of a custom-modified Land Cruiser, Jae-sung witnessed nature's raw grandeur. Herds of wildebeest, a living carpet of muscle and instinct, thundered across the vast plains during their epic migration. Majestic lions, their golden manes shimmering, basked in the intense African sun, their regal indifference a stark reminder of their place at the apex of the food chain. Leopards, elusive shadows, would occasionally reveal themselves, draped languidly over acacia branches. Each evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon in a spectacular explosion of crimson and gold, he returned to the camp. Dinners were lavish affairs, served under a canopy of 1,000,000 stars, accompanied by the finest international cuisine expertly paired with vintage South African wines, the distant calls of the wild providing an authentic soundtrack. It was at the camp's elegant lounge, a blend of rustic charm and sophisticated comfort, that he met Akina. She was a radiant Kikuyu woman, serving as a guest relations manager, her smile as bright and welcoming as the morning sun over the savannah. Her laughter was a melodious cascade, seemingly untroubled and infectious, filling the space with genuine warmth. They spent a captivating afternoon together, embarking on a private game drive where Akina, with her intimate knowledge of the bush, pointed out camouflaged creatures and shared intriguing anecdotes about Maasai culture. Later, under the vast, star-studded sky, they danced to the rhythmic beats of local music played by a small ensemble around a crackling bonfire, the flickering flames casting dancing shadows on their faces. Akina was undeniably captivating. Her spirit was free, unburdened, and utterly enchanting. Jae-sung found himself drawn to her vivacity, her ability to find joy in simple things, a stark contrast to the often stifling formality of his own life. Yet, as he retired to his opulent tent each night, listening to the symphony of the nocturnal savannah, he felt a familiar, unsettling void persist. It had been fun, wild, and exciting, a truly unforgettable experience, but the profound emotional resonance, the deep click he yearned for, remained stubbornly absent. After 3 immersive days, he bid Akina farewell, a polite, practiced smile masking a growing, almost imperceptible sense of impatience. The search, he knew, had only just begun. A few days later, Jae-sung's sleek private jet sliced through the clouds, descending gracefully towards Entebbe International Airport in Uganda. The moment he disembarked, he was greeted by a striking transformation in the landscape. Gone were the vast, arid plains of Kenya, replaced by an overwhelming lushness, a vibrant tapestry of emerald green that seemed to stretch endlessly. The air was humid, heavy with the scent of fertile earth and blossoming flora. The shimmering expanse of Lake Victoria, Africa's largest lake, presented a breathtaking panorama, its serene waters reflecting the endless sky. He was chauffeured to a sprawling, exclusive resort perched majestically on a hill overlooking the vast lake, a sanctuary of tranquility and luxury. His days in Uganda were filled with a different kind of exploration. He indulged in serene private boat cruises across the placid waters of Lake Victoria, feeling the gentle spray on his face, observing local fishermen casting their nets, and marveling at the diverse bird life. He also ventured into the bustling, vibrant chaos of Kampala, the capital city, a sensory overload of sights, sounds, and smells. Guided by his discreet security detail, he navigated the vibrant markets, marveling at the kaleidoscope of colors, the intricate crafts, and the lively bartering that filled the air. It was during one of his visits to an art gallery in Kampala that he encountered Nalini. She was a woman of quiet elegance, with a gentle demeanor and eyes that held a profound, almost ancient wisdom. Her skin was the color of polished mahogany, and her movements were graceful and deliberate. Nalini, a curator at the gallery, spoke with a soft, melodic voice, her explanations of the local artistry and symbolism both insightful and poetic. They spent an entire afternoon together, extending beyond the gallery, visiting a vibrant local craft market. Nalini, with an infectious passion, elucidated the intricate details of each handmade basket, carved sculpture, and woven textile, revealing the stories and traditions embedded within each piece. Their evenings were equally engaging. They shared exquisite meals at the resort's finest restaurant, dining on freshly caught tilapia from the lake and sampling delicate local delicacies. Their conversations flowed effortlessly, meandering from global politics and the complexities of international trade to the rich tapestry of Ugandan folklore and the challenges of cultural preservation in a rapidly modernizing world. Nalini was undoubtedly intelligent, her observations insightful, and her presence profoundly graceful. Jae-sung found himself enjoying her company immensely, their discussions stimulating and intellectually fulfilling. He appreciated her calm strength, her thoughtful perspectives, and the genuine warmth she exuded. Yet, as he boarded his next private flight after a mere 4 days, a familiar, subtle disappointment settled over him. The profound emotional connection he yearned for, the elusive click that would ignite his soul, still remained just out of reach. It had been a beautiful, enriching experience, but the deep resonance he sought continued to elude him. The majestic snow-capped peak of Mount Kilimanjaro, a silent sentinel piercing the azure sky, provided a dramatic and awe-inspiring welcome to Jae-sung as his private jet touched down in Tanzania. The air here was clearer, cooler, carrying the faint, earthy scent of volcanic soil. He chose not to stay in a bustling city, but opted for an opulent, secluded villa nestled strategically on the lower slopes of the mighty mountain, offering breathtaking panoramic views of the surrounding plains stretching out to the horizon. He wasn't here to conquer the mountain physically, but rather to absorb the profound serenity it radiated and to draw hope from its enduring grandeur. His days were spent in a luxurious solitude, punctuated by exquisite service. He would wake to the stunning spectacle of the sunrise, painting Kilimanjaro in hues of pink and gold, spending his mornings on his private terrace, sipping rare Tanzanian coffee, lost in contemplation. Afternoons involved leisurely dips in his infinity pool, gazing out at the vastness, or indulging in bespoke spa treatments. It was during a meticulously arranged visit to a high-end art and jewelry gallery in Arusha, a town renowned for its Tanzanite gemstones, that he encountered Zawadi. She was a dynamic and exceptionally driven entrepreneur, a force of nature who ran a highly successful and influential spice export business, her reputation preceding her even in the sophisticated circles Jae-sung moved in. Their initial meeting, intended to be a brief courtesy, quickly extended into hours of stimulating conversation. Their discussions were vibrant and intense, revolving around ambition, the intricate global supply chains of the spice trade, and the nuanced complexities of East African commerce. Zawadi possessed a sharp intellect and an unwavering determination that mirrored his own. They explored the bustling, aromatic spice markets of Arusha together, engaging in good-natured haggling with vendors, Zawadi effortlessly navigating the vibrant chaos. Their evenings were spent in elegant restaurants, both within the villa and in exclusive Arusha establishments, discussing their respective business empires, sharing insights over elaborate, multi-course dinners that often stretched late into the night. Zawadi was a formidable presence, her drive and acumen a match for his own. Jae-sung found her spirit utterly admirable, her independence and intelligence deeply attractive. To add a touch of adventure, they even embarked on a thrilling hot air balloon ride over the Serengeti, soaring above herds of wildlife as the sun kissed the plains, a truly unforgettable experience. Yet, even amidst the breathtaking scenery, the stimulating conversations, and Zawadi's undeniable charm, that deeper, more profound connection, the one that resonated with his very soul and whispered of a lifetime, stubbornly eluded him. He admired her, respected her, but his heart remained in its quiet, waiting state. 3 days after his arrival, his private jet ascended once more, leaving the majestic silhouette of Kilimanjaro to recede into the distance, a symbol of the profound beauty he had witnessed, but the ultimate connection he had yet to find. Ethiopia, with its ancient mystical history and a spiritual tapestry unlike any other, was Jae-sung's next eagerly anticipated destination. His jet touched down in Addis Ababa, the vibrant capital, where the altitude provided a refreshing coolness to the air. He felt an immediate pull toward the profound sense of history that permeated everything, a stark contrast to the modern dynamism of his own world. He chose to immerse himself in the unique culture, visiting centuries-old Orthodox churches that dotted the city landscape and participating in traditional, intricate coffee ceremonies where the rich aroma of roasted beans filled the air, a ritual passed down through generations. He resided in a meticulously curated boutique hotel that seamlessly blended modern luxury with exquisite traditional Ethiopian design, each detail a nod to the country's rich heritage. It was within the elegant, history-laden walls of a cultural museum in Addis Ababa, during a private viewing of ancient artifacts, that he encountered Salam. She was a distinguished historian and an incredibly knowledgeable tour guide, her presence radiating a quiet grace and an almost ethereal beauty. Salam possessed a profound, almost encyclopedic knowledge of her country's millennia-old past, speaking with a gentle, articulate voice that brought history to life. She became his guide, not just through the physical landscapes, but through the intricate layers of Ethiopian identity. She introduced him to the complex, aromatic flavors of Ethiopian cuisine, from the tangy injera to the rich stews and spicy doro wat, each dish a culinary journey. She also opened his ears to the soulful, haunting melodies of traditional Ethiopian music, its unique scales and rhythms telling stories of joy, sorrow, and devotion. Their most profound journey together was a visit to the rock-hewn churches of Lalibela, a UNESCO World Heritage Site of breathtaking ingenuity and spiritual significance. Walking through the subterranean passages and marveling at the monolithic structures carved directly out of the living rock, Jae-sung was deeply moved by the sheer faith and artistic brilliance of their creators. Salam's passion for her heritage was not just infectious, it was deeply inspiring, and Jae-sung found himself utterly captivated by her eloquent storytelling, her ability to weave narratives that connected the ancient past to the vibrant present. He spent his evenings in stimulating intellectual discourse with Salam, discussing everything from philosophy and ancient civilizations to contemporary African art and the challenges facing a rapidly evolving continent. They shared laughter over shared platters of injera, and beneath the vast, star-studded African sky, they debated the profound questions of existence and purpose. Salam's intellect was sharp, her perspectives insightful, and her quiet elegance undeniable. Their connection was intellectual and deeply respectful, a meeting of minds. Yet that elusive spark, the one that promised a lifetime of profound emotional entanglement, simply didn't ignite. He admired her, valued her company immensely, but his heart, though touched, remained uncaptured. He left Ethiopia after 4 days, feeling profoundly enriched by the cultural immersion and Salam's illuminating presence, but the core of his search remained unfulfilled. The moment Jae-sung's private jet touched down at Kotoka International Airport in Accra, Ghana, he was immediately enveloped by a vibrant, pulsating energy. The air was thick with humidity, and the intoxicating scent of salt from the nearby Atlantic mingled with the smoky aroma of street food and the distant thrum of music. The capital city of Accra vibrated with a unique rhythm, a palpable sense of dynamism and warmth. He checked into an exclusive, sprawling beachfront resort, a sanctuary of modern luxury, where the rhythmic, ceaseless crash of the Atlantic waves provided a constant, soothing backdrop to a stay. His days in Ghana were a whirlwind of sensory experiences. He spent hours navigating the bustling, kaleidoscopic markets of Accra, particularly the famous Makola Market, a labyrinth of stalls overflowing with vibrant textiles, exotic fruits, handcrafted jewelry, and an endless array of goods. The vibrant colors, the cacophony of voices, the lively bartering, and the sheer energy of the place were exhilarating. He also made sure to visit the poignant historical sites along the coast, particularly the Cape Coast Castle, a former slave trading fort. Walking through its somber dungeons and reflecting on its harrowing past left a profound and humbling impression on him, a stark reminder of humanity's darker chapters. It was during a curated private viewing at a contemporary art gallery in Accra, showcasing the burgeoning talent of Ghanaian artists, that he encountered Ama. She was an effervescent fashion designer, her creations bold, innovative, and deeply rooted in African aesthetics. Ama possessed an infectious enthusiasm and a radiant smile that could light up a room. Her passion for design was palpable, and her vision for blending traditional Ghanaian fabrics and patterns with modern silhouettes was truly captivating. They spent an afternoon exploring her private studio, where Ama excitedly shared her creative process, sketching designs and explaining the intricate symbolism behind various patterns. She personally guided him through the bustling fabric markets, her discerning eye selecting vibrant prints and discussing the nuances of their craftsmanship. Their evenings were filled with lively cultural experiences. Ama introduced him to the electrifying rhythms of Ghanaian high-life music at exclusive clubs, where they danced late into the night, the infectious beats compelling even Jae-sung to loosen up. They sampled delectable Ghanaian cuisine at chic restaurants, savoring dishes like jollof rice, kelewele, and banku with spicy stews, each meal a flavorful adventure. Ama was charismatic, full of life, and undeniably charming, her energy a refreshing counterpoint to his often reserved nature. She brought a spontaneous joy to his vacation, encouraging him to embrace the vibrant culture with an open heart. He laughed more freely in her company than he had in years. Yet, despite the fun, the laughter, and the undeniable chemistry, that profound, deep connection, the one that promised a future, a true partnership, remained elusive. After 4 exhilarating days, as his private jet prepared for its next leg, Jae-sung felt a familiar pang. He was closer, perhaps, to understanding what he wanted, but the one still remained a ghost in his grand dream. The final leg of Jae-sung's African odyssey was supposed to be a mere transit, a brief stopover before his return flight to Seoul. His private jet touched down in Lagos, Nigeria, a megacity known for its vibrant chaos, relentless energy, and an indomitable spirit. He had originally planned for only a single day, perhaps 2 at most, viewing it as a necessary but swift conclusion to his grand tour. He checked into a magnificent suite at one of Lagos's most exclusive 5-star hotels, an architectural marvel overlooking the shimmering expanse of the Atlantic. The city's pulse was immediate, an intoxicating blend of blaring horns, bustling markets, and the distant rhythmic beats of Afrobeats music. He indulged in the city's burgeoning fine dining scene, savoring exquisitely prepared local and international cuisine, and enjoyed the privacy of his opulent surroundings. It was on his final day in Africa, during a planned visit to a highly anticipated contemporary art exhibition at a prestigious gallery in Victoria Island, that his world, already a tapestry of power and precision, was irrevocably altered. He moved through the crowded gallery with his usual controlled grace, his eyes scanning the art, his mind already half focused on the logistical details of his journey home. Then, across the room, amidst the vibrant art and the chatter of the Lagos elite, he saw her, Brenda. It was as if the bustling gallery faded into a silent, slow-motion blur. His heart, a muscle accustomed to the steady, unflappable rhythm of a man who commanded legions, inexplicably skipped a beat. A sensation he had never experienced before, a jolt of pure, unadulterated awe coursed through him. She possessed an immense beauty, unlike any he had ever encountered in his extensive travels across continents, a beauty that transcended superficial aesthetics and spoke directly to something primal within him. Her skin was the color of rich, dark chocolate, luminous and flawless. Her eyes, large and expressive, held a depth that seemed to encompass centuries of stories, and an intelligence that sparkled with an inner light. Her smile, when it briefly touched her lips as she conversed with a friend, was utterly captivating, radiating warmth and genuine joy. Her natural hair was styled in an elegant, intricate updo, framing a face of exquisite symmetry and strength. She was effortlessly graceful, her presence commanding attention without demanding it. At that precise moment, observing her from across the room, a profound realization washed over Jae-sung. This was it. This was the missing piece he had unknowingly searched for, the embodiment of the dream he had carried in his heart for so long. He was ready, utterly and completely, to lay everything he had at her feet, to offer his entire empire, his very being, for a chance to be with her. The question formed in his mind, sharp and clear, resonating deeply within his soul. Is this truly how love feels? A sensation so potent, so undeniable, had never before gripped him. He began to move, a purposeful stride that cut through the thinning crowd, his eyes never leaving her. As he approached, a subtle scent of jasmine and something uniquely her own, a delicate warmth, reached him. He composed himself, a flicker of uncertainty, a rare guest, touching his usually unshakable demeanor. "Excuse me," he began, his voice surprisingly steady, a soft Korean accent coloring his English. "I couldn't help but notice you. Your appreciation for this particular piece," he gestured subtly towards a vibrant abstract painting near her, "is quite evident. It caught my eye, and then so did you." Brenda turned, her expressive eyes meeting his. A hint of surprise, followed by a warm, genuine smile, softened her features. "Oh, thank you." Her voice a melodious, clear tone. "This artist has a way of capturing light that's simply captivating. I'm Brenda, by the way." "Jae-sung," he introduced, extending a hand, his grip firm and warm. "It's a pleasure, Brenda." He felt an immediate, subtle current pass between their hands, an undeniable connection. Their initial conversation was brief, yet charged with an unspoken understanding. They spoke of the art, of Lagos, of serendipitous encounters. Every word she uttered, every nuance of her expression, further captivated him. He found himself hanging on every syllable, a sensation entirely new to him. Before either of them could fully process the depth of the moment, Jae-sung, with a smooth confidence that belied his inner turmoil, produced his business card. He stated, "I am only in Lagos for a short time," his gaze unwavering, "but I find I am suddenly very keen to extend my stay. Would you permit me to call you? Perhaps we could discuss art or life over dinner." Brenda took the card, her fingers brushing his again, sending another subtle thrill through him. She smiled, a truly radiant smile this time. "I'd like that very much, Jae-sung." She quickly provided her contact information. His original plan had been to spend just one more day in Nigeria, a fleeting visit like all the others. But for Brenda, that plan shattered instantly. He made a swift, decisive call to his private pilot, canceling the flight to Seoul and instructing his team to book him for an additional 2 weeks. 2 weeks! It was an unprecedented deviation from his meticulously planned itinerary, a testament to the seismic shift Brenda had created in his world. Over the next 2 weeks, they met frequently, almost every day. They went out, exploring hidden gems of Lagos, from serene private beaches to exclusive rooftop bars that offered panoramic views of the glittering city. They shared meals, indulging in everything from exquisite 5-star cuisine to authentic street food, each experience made richer by her company. They simply chilled out, talking for hours in quiet corners, discovering shared interests and a surprising compatibility. Jae-sung couldn't get enough of her presence. Her wit, her intelligence, her compassionate heart, and her infectious laughter slowly but surely dismantled the formidable walls he had built around himself over decades. He learned about her work as a creative consultant, her dreams, her family, and her vibrant connection to her Nigerian heritage. He found himself opening up to her in ways he had never with anyone else, sharing snippets of his own complex life, stripped of the usual layers of guardedness. The connection was undeniable, a profound, soul-deep resonance that dwarfed all his previous encounters. He knew, with an absolute certainty that transcended logic and reason, that she was his destiny. On the spot, leveraging his vast network and formidable resources, Jae-sung initiated the process for Brenda's relocation to Seoul. It was swift, efficient, and irreversible. Brenda, astonished but equally swept away by the intensity of their connection and Jae-sung's unwavering devotion, agreed. They were married in a breathtaking ceremony in Seoul, a fusion of Korean tradition and Nigerian vibrancy, attended by both their families and Jae-sung's most trusted confidants. They built a life together, a life filled with mutual respect, unwavering love, and shared dreams. Brenda's vibrant spirit brought a new, joyful light into Jae-sung's world, while his steady strength and profound devotion provided a secure foundation for her. They lived happily ever after, their union a testament to a dream found, a journey completed, and a love that truly felt like destiny. And that's the end of this heartfelt adventure love story, where two souls found each other against all odds. Tell me your favorite moment. Drop a comment below. Thanks for watching.